Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing Attack on Titan. This is Season 4, Episode 8. Again, holy shit, there's so much going on. Death and destruction and yada yada. We've talked about it so much, about how conflicted we are with who to root for, and we don't want to lose any of the characters that we care for on either side, and it's just it's horrible, but very, very entertaining and great storytelling, of course. And then in the previous one, towards the end there, Eren kind of found out that the way to sort of crack this shell, this egg where Willie's sister is inside, the Tiber, still don't remember her first name, but the way to crack that is by using the power of the Jaw Titan, and he literally just grabbed Galliard as the Jaw Titan and used him as a fucking tool to open this and make a little smoothie that he could then drink. Yeah, really disgusting and brutal. Very brutal. And he was just about to eat Galliard as well when Rainer emerged. And he's like, can't you guys just let me fucking die in peace? Nope. He now has to join the battle, and it's like, what else can the Mali side do? But they have Rainer, and Zeke is dead or gone. Peak is also dead or just very, very injured, and Galliard, as I just mentioned, not really in a shape to fight or do anything. Their navy is decimated by the Colossal Titan. So yeah, things are not looking good for the Mali side, and if Eren and the others succeed, then they can escape on the blimp that just appeared, piloted by Hanji. So, that's what's going on. Are you ready to jump into it?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. All right. Don't have anything to say beforehand? Any cat disclaimers?
I have a little bit of trouble breathing. You
know why.
Possibly know why, and like I've mentioned it before. It's not squeaky today. It's just I can just feel like it's a little harder to breathe through my nose. But yeah, now you know.
Now you know. And also, just like the last video, seems like there's a lot of noise and running around and stomping going on in the building today. So if you hear any of that, any like noise, bumps, it's just that. But let's jump into it. And you can, of course, always check out our full-length reactions where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for Attack on Titan at the moment, where we are several episodes ahead. It's all over on Patreon, and the link is down in the description below. And here we go. Okay, right into it. Rainer sort of looks different as well.
Yeah. It's like spiky armor.
Oh! Fuck. Eren has been able to beat him every single time.
But he got...
Oh, but he grabbed... Ah! Nice one. You can't, or you won't. Oh. To be continued. Okay, good luck catching up to them on your own. It's gonna be a little bit difficult, unless Gabi all of a sudden sprouts wings.
You'll never know, right?
As far as we know, there are no flying titans, so that would be terrifying, though.
Oh my god! Don't get me started. A bit like a pterodactyl or something, right? Is that... Ugh. Oh.
Yeah.
Flappy flesh wings. No, no, no.
Or a big bat.
A big, yeah.
Big bat. And bats.
Bats.
Okay. It was fairly quickly wrapped up, that battle between Eren and Reiner. But again, like quite realistic in the world of Attack on Titan, or just from what we've seen. It would be weird if Reiner all of a sudden was really close to like beating Eren or something, because he hasn't been able to do that before, and now he's in a arguably worse state than he has ever been. So it would be weird if he beat Eren. So.
Also, like it's a tactical wise decision to retreat.
Oh yeah.
At this point,
just grab your comrade, get out of there.
Yeah, like I'm out of gas, so.
Assassin's bullet.
Who's the assassin? And who's the receiver?
Is Gabi gonna be able to actually hit someone? Come on! Hey! Levi!
Oh, he did survive, yeah.
Of course.
Eren.
Still calls him captain. Oh!
Nope.
Wait.
拘束する。話はそれからだ。
What?
構いませんが、すべては手紙に記した通りです。ご理解いただけたはずでは。
喜べ。すべてお前らの思い通りだ。急いで乗り込め。飛行船を撃ち落とせる火器はないようだと伝えろ。
現状は把握した限り死者6名です。
そうか。くそ。敵に与えた損害と比べてみろよ。大勝利だ。我ら新生エルディア帝国の初陣は
New Eldian Empire.
とりあえず俺たちはまた生き残った。他の仲間には悪いけど、やっぱりお前らは特別だよ。俺は。
てえバカ。鉄の塊着て抱きつくんじゃねえよ。
なんだとじゃん。バカは生えたてのひげを整えたりするような。
Wait. The door. Close that fucking door. This is really making me nervous. Just slow down.
やめよう。敵は飛んでいるのに走ったって無駄だ。
Yeah.
ソフィアはウドはそんなソフィアを助けようとして逃げ惑う人々に踏みつけられた。何度頭が割れるまで踏み続けられた。惨めな思いも散々してきたけど、だからこそ私が頑張っていつかこのエルディア人の腕章を誇れる時が来ると。こんな収容区でも私の大切な人たちのいる私の家だから、それを踏みにじられることは許せないの。それでもあんたは私に走るなって言うの。目の前でジークさんが殺されて何もできないまま。
They really do think that he's dead.
なんで母さんはあの日巨人に食われた？踏みにじられたからだ。
Yeah, exactly.
敵もマーレの戦士から攻撃されて大勢殺されたから、その報復で。
あんたはそれを見たの？
So
You don't
it
believe it,
doesn't
or
count or what?
but yeah, it doesn't mean as much. I get it.
そもそも敵は世界の平和を脅かす島の悪魔でしょ。ちゃんと習ったでしょ。奴らは今も昔も殺されて当然の残虐
Gabi
な悪魔。
is committed to that narrative.
海の外も壁の中も同じなんだ。
Be the change.
Who is she going to hit? She's gonna hit someone. Well, yeah, okay.
That guy. Oh shit, is he gonna crawl or take his gear or something?
まだ繋がってる。
何するつもりだ。
この引き金だ。強く押せば。お父さんとお母さんと ライナーや
You can't kill all of them by yourself, Gabi. What do you...
ファルコガビ何やってんだお前ら
お前がガビを救い出すんだ。この真っ暗な俺たちの未来から。
Oh shit, he went with... Oh my god, you two.
何か音がしましたよ。
おい静かにしろ
そういやロボフさんはまだか。
いやもう登ってくるはずだが
No. What?
サシャ
Oh my fucking god. Easy now, they're kids, they're kids, they're kids, they're kids.
しっかりしろ。おい
Sasha.
Potato girl.
Come on. Get her some fucking meat. If that's...
She's done.
外に投げる。
No,
それでいいな。
they're still kids. You can't.
子供を空から投げ捨てれば
Hmm.
この殺し合いが終わるのか
Come on,
よ
Sean.
ブラウンとグライスはどうした？
それが急に走り出したっきり戻ってこないんです
Peak is alive?
ピーク。
Yeah.
Yeah.
隊長、思い出しました。戦士隊を誘導し、私とガリアードを穴に落としたマーレ兵です。ライナーら戦士隊撤退以降、パラディ島へ向かった最初の。
Oh, okay, so it's not even a person we know who did that. It's just someone they recruited. Wow.
あの顎ひげは似合ってなかった。
Oh, that's brutal.
おい、いつまでそれをつけてるつもりだ。
触るな、悪魔！私たちは負けてない！
Jesus fuck, Gabi.
私を殺した後、首謀者に伝えろ！
今から合わせてやるそいつに同じことを
なぜそのマーレ兵だと分かった？
私が個人的に興味のある人物だったからです。彼女はジークの信奉者でしたから。
Oh, what?
ガビ、ファルコ。
How the fuck?
ロボフさんを殺し立体軌道で乗り込んできましたそしてこの子にサシャが撃たれてもう助かりそうにありません
それで全ては計画通りってわけですか、ジーク・イエンが。
So they
大
were.
筋は良かったが、誤算はただ。
Whoa!
何この子たち。
誤算だ。
Elena, okay.
お前こそ大した役者じゃないか。俺を殺したくてしょうがなかっただ
Had
ろ
a feeling
うな。
about this.
Wow.
俺は一番食いてえもんを最後まで取っておくタイプだ。よーく味わって食いてえから。
これで時間は稼げたはずです。
Buy us
世
some
界が
time.
パラディ島に総攻撃を仕掛けてくるまでの時間かい。お望み通りこちらは選択の余地なしだよ。
That's why they're mad at him.
だがこうして始祖の巨人と王家の血を引く巨人が揃った。
Shit.
すべての尊い犠牲がエルディアに自由をもたらし、必ず報われる。
You're right, he's an extremist.
The fuck?
サシャが死んだ。
No. No.
サシャは最後
Meat.
何か言ったか。肉って言ってた。
召喚の食料国だ。お肉取ってきました。
お前が調査兵団を巻き込んだからサシャは死んだんだぞ。
What?
Oh, that's it? You.
That was a weird thing, like just ending with that shot of them in the blimp.
It's very somber. Wow. Not nearly as much death and destruction in this one as the previous two, but this.
But death in a deeper way almost.
This hit the hardest, yeah. Also, a little surprise.
Yeah, I was
contemplating that, and
I was suspecting it, but I just thought it was.
Yeah.
You had your whole theory in the last one about Zeke and how the whole Levi thing and yada yada.
It was partly true with him wanting to fake his own death and disappear so that he could do whatever in secrecy. But I
but it's like
didn't think it was in league with fucking Eren.
I'm always so scared of like telling my thoughts in something because I'm so afraid of being wrong. And I just felt it would see there was something.
It's definitely something I've been contemplating as well, and I'm pretty sure we've even talked about it just off camera. The idea of what if Zeke is actually in league with or communicating with Eren and the others, and there's some sort of alliance there.
Because all this time he has been like, he didn't want to kill Eren, he just wanted to talk with him and kind of like convince him to join their cause in a way, or at least that's always what I like, that vibe I got off of him when he
I definitely think that our assumptions when it comes to Zeke and him being an extremist it's very true in the sense that he will go to great lengths, like extremes beyond extremes, like for him to achieve his goal, which I think now is pure Eldian. Like
Eldian supremacy in a way.
Eldian
right?
supremacy, or at least he has plans for all of the Eldians. That's his only concern, and he was willing to betray Eldians as well, and betray his own family and all of that to achieve this goal. I don't know if it's a plan that did originate all the way back from when he was a kid and he did betray his father, or if it came along the way. And what are his thoughts about Grisha now, other than what he's just been saying and telling us? But yeah, I want to hear some more from Zeke. I definitely didn't expect to see him on that ship.
No.
I did expect for him to pop up again at some point, and of course not be dead, and then we would learn more about his secrecy and his ulterior motive. But this was just really quick that he then showed up on the ship, and well done, Levi, being able to, he did the bomb and explosion, and in that during that able to pull Zeke out and escape with him.
Yeah, and that was what I was thinking in the last one. But again, one of the thoughts where I felt like it didn't want to voice it in case it was wrong, but I just felt like that when he threw that bomb, and since we didn't see Zeke afterwards, I felt like that was more like a literal smokescreen for them to get away.
Definitely.
And then I thought, why would he grab him? He would grab him because they are in league with each other.
Yeah, but holy shit.
Another thing, very quickly, about Zeke. because you did say that he was an extremist and he had this like very like ultimate goal and everything, and perhaps that rubs off on people like Eren. And
runs in the family a little bit.
Possibly,
The Jaegers, they're just making some big fuck off plays. Both of them. They now have the founding titan and someone with royal blood together. So, but how is that? What's the plan there then? Because so they're gonna share power between them, Zeke and Eren. Eren has the founding titan. Zeke has the royal blood, so they can't use the full power of the founding titan without each other, unless Eren eats Zeke or Zeke eats Eren.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna eat each other. I think perhaps, as we've seen before with Historia, that he's just gonna use Zeke as a conduit.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Is that I don't expect for them to eat each other, and that there's now an alliance between them where they can only use the founding titan.
Sorry, I didn't hear the don't. So.
Yeah, okay. But what I was about to say before was just that, wow, Levi being able to not fulfill his last promise to Erwin and not kill Zeke, even though he really, really, really wants to, but still go along with whatever plan Eren had. And clearly from what we saw, it was not the plan for Eren to go there undercover and then sort of become a quote-unquote hostage again in a place where he would need for people to come and rescue him. So he used that to force their hand. And then he explained his plan to them through the letters that he had Falco sent. And that's how it came together. It came together surprisingly well, even though like they didn't plan it from the get-go. But I really get why they're mad at him. I totally get that.
Yeah. They are probably not as devoted to this cause than Eren and Zeke. And I'm probably more concerned about the people on Paradise. Like they're probably more concerned that they're doing... Like they're just surviving as much as possible.
You're concerned that they're surviving, or what?
No. I think that the other scouts.
Oh, okay, yes, I get it.
Are more concerned about their own people.
Yes, got it.
Than this whole cause,
whatever it is,
war on
Eren
everyone else.
Yeah, Eren and Zeke that they're doing. But it seems like they've just committed now. They've dealt a serious blow to the Mali forces in their counter-attack, I guess you could say, or revenge for what happened on Paradise Island. And we got that inside of this episode as well, with Falco talking to Gabi there in the streets and actually explaining why this is happening. They're only doing this to us because we did it to them. So it's revenge. But Gabi just wouldn't hear it. Just very hot-headed and very much like Eren, in a sense, as we've talked about. Nope, they are just monsters and devils, and they are lesser than us, and they deserve to die, all of them. Just really single-minded there. Not that we don't understand it after seeing what she just saw, and even
absolutely
showing us that again with Sophia and Udo, how they died, with still so fucking horrible, just kids. But that's at least the thing that we know from this series, is they don't hold back, especially when it comes to kids, and just how cruel this world is.
And as you said, it's not like we don't get where all this frustration comes from, but you'd almost expect that people would have more empathy for someone else who went through the same thing and at least understand where they come from. But it's just like, she's just so...
She might get there. It's just right now it's still very raw. It's still the day of
definitely
the attack.
And we talked about it. We talked about this whole thing where it's like just like violence begets violence, and the circle continues.
Yeah,
all of this, and
we hope
and-
cooler heads will prevail at some point. And I think the only or one of the people just at least in this episode who said something along those lines a couple of times was Sean, who's just like, this just keeps going.
yeah.
And like if we toss a couple of children out of a fucking airship, then the
When does it
killing
end?
will never stop.
Yeah.
When will this fucking stop? And then yeah, they Gabi and Falco get to the ship. And and we lose Sasha. Which fucking sucks, man.
Yeah.
Why Sasha?
Well-
of all people, why
well-
Sasha?
To be honest, someone told us that it was one of the showrunners or one of the producers or someone on the crew, anime crew's favorite character, and so she was supposed to, or like the drawing crew, I don't know, someone in the crew. It was her favorite character, and Sasha was supposed to die way earlier on, and then the.
All the way back
and-
in the second episode of season 2, Home.
Possibly, yeah. But then Isayama was like, okay, I can keep her around for a little longer.
A little longer. It's still, that really fucking sucks, and I get Eren's anger about it, but also the argument that it's kind of on you, dude.
Yeah.
You forced our hand here. We wouldn't have come here if it wasn't for you, and then Sasha would still be alive. It was also something that they sort of showed us something was going to happen between Sasha and Gabi. So it was kind of in the back of our minds. I don't think any of us like talked to each other about it, but we both noticed it at the time when Sasha shot those guards around Gabi, but didn't shoot Gabi because Gabi is just a kid, and she saw that and just didn't.
And they locked eyes, and
Yeah.
she saw her face.
Exactly. She saw that, and Sasha, being the person she is, of course, not gonna kill a fucking child. And then it's her who gets shot by Gabi. Of course it is.
I did.
Because that's the thing that's gonna hurt the most. Yeah.
I did think I perhaps said that it was gonna bite her in the ass in some way. Well.
Oh
Sure
yeah,
we
yeah.
did.
Maybe yeah.
I can't remember if I said this on or
I
off
do
camera.
remember something about a comment along those lines with something that's gonna bite her in the ass. The people have grown up. The series it has grown up in general. Not that it was ever a child friendly series and not mature, but it has just gotten even more mature, and now innocence is completely gone. Nothing to laugh about anymore. This is just fucking serious business, and it hurts. And it also hurts watching.
Yeah.
I definitely teared up this time around.
Yeah, me too. Especially that scene where Connie comes in and says Sasha is dead. Or Sasha has been shot and is.
Yeah, Sasha is
But yeah, at
least,
least,
at first he said Sasha's been shot, and then the others.
And then
they just
Mikasa and
run
Armin,
out.
they just run. They have horrified faces on, and they just run. And then he comes in again, and he says Sasha is dead, and you just see Mikasa and Armin just sitting there,
trying to
chest compressions and trying to keep her alive, and they are just like crying. And wow, that one, that hit. That really hit.
Yeah.
And then I also, with Eren, I think perhaps some of that guilt is suddenly hitting him, and
of course
it's
even if he doesn't realize it himself.
Yeah, and it's in its absurdity, the way that did you have any last words? Yeah, she said meat. And it's just like,
of course he starts
chuckling, because then we saw the memory of her like sneaking out meat for them to celebrate just before
the wall got attacked
again.
Yeah.
And Yeah, and so that's the absurd part, I think, is it's like, yeah, we lost a character that we followed and we loved and fallen in love with, and we've had some small moments with her as a character, and also just seeing how everyone else,
seeing how it impacts everyone else, that's also what really really hurts.
yeah.
And just back to Eren with, yeah, he started chuckling and then that just turned into full on rage and anger. And I think there's also, as you said, like a part of it where he is definitely blaming himself in some way, even if he doesn't realize it just yet.
And that's why I also said that I think perhaps Eren was like taken, kind of, it sounds wrong when I say this in this way, but like seduced in a way by Zeke, that Zeke perhaps kind of not manipulated him, but he
put him on a more extremist path.
Exactly, and perhaps he kind of lost himself in it in a way, and suddenly, because who was it? Someone said that this Eren is not you. Like, you're not the same Eren. You're something else now. I can't remember which episode, but someone was like, "You're not."
Like recently, or
yeah, recently.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, it's just a lot been going.
Perhaps
Mikasa, I guess.
Perhaps it was in episode 6 or something, or even 5 when he spoke with Reiner, or at least someone was like, "You're not the same. There's something off about you. Something changed."
Yeah,
and perhaps it is
changed a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and perhaps it's this cynicism that he's grown into, and he's kind of, as I've also talked a lot about, like he's kind of lost a lot of his humanity in this.
Or at least just buried it deep down, because he knows that it's only gonna hold him back from what he needs to do.
Yeah.
And that can surely be very dangerous, burying your own humanity. But we also got the confirmation that Peak didn't die.
Mm-hmm.
Rainer, of course, was able to save Galliard, so Galliard also survives. Rainer survives. The person who threw Galliard and Peak into the pit was someone named Yelena, who was part of a scout crew who went to Party's Island, and then must have either already at that time been recruited by Zeke, or it was like during that time with going back and forth and scouts, and like that something happened, an exchange of knowledge, or they got in contact with each other, Eren and Zeke. But at least like this Yelena person ended up switching sides. And now is with the Party's people.
Yeah, so it was not someone we knew. It was not a man. It was,
and that's why the beard looked so weird. Because it was a fake beard.
Yeah, and Peak noticed, because Peak is a scout. Not one of the scouts, but she's a scout, and she's very observant. And she also said, and that was in line with what you just said. She said that, well, she was very interested in this person. That's why she recognized her, because she was one of the she was one of the followers,
of Zeke,
loyalists of Zeke.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So of course, yes.
So
it must have happened already back then, and Zeke has been sending messages back and forth in the form of with the scout ships and all of that. Yeah, man. That makes sense. We're of course going to need some more information. I'm sure they're going to give it to us, because it was just a big revelation at the end of this episode that, oh shit, Zeke is on the airship, and oh my god, and the mind just goes into overdrive, and you start thinking about what sort of clues was there in previous episodes, and for how long have they been working together. Questions. What the fuck, man? Is there anything we haven't addressed yet?
I don't know.
I'm a
bit confused.
Or just sensory overload.
Yeah. It's also around bedtime for me, so.
Yeah. It's been like these last 4 episodes, just from 5 to 8. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8. That just completely scrambled our brains and our hearts and like what we feel and think about so many of the things inside of the series and so many of the characters, and gonna need this one all of this to just sink in now. And it's probably a good idea if we wait a few days before we watch some more episodes, maybe even a week or something. But wow, what an episode, what a story. I hate that we lost Sasha, and I hate that it has all come to this, but it's still very compelling storytelling. So, do you have anything else?
Miscalculations. So what's gonna happen to, because they're obviously going back with them to parties, what's gonna happen to Falco and Gabi? Are they going to try and recruit them as well, or what's gonna happen here?
It's gonna be difficult with Gabi. I think Falco is not so difficult to talk some sense into, or at least for him to understand what is going on.
But
and feel
he's
for both
already
sides.
understanding.
Exactly, because he already reached that point just from listening to Eren talk. Gabi, you're gonna need to calm down a little bit before you can approach her, I think.
Yeah, and because they've just like Zeke, they know Zeke as
but
as like the leader of
exactly.
he is the leader.
And right now, that initial shock of what are you doing here, Zeke?
With the enemy.
And you're with them even, and you're sitting there and just telling it like it is, or saying it to us straight up that we are the miscalculations, and as in you planned all of this. What the hell? Like, when that initial shock has subsided, then you can maybe approach them.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like he's been their hero for so long, so perhaps if he actually explains to them what's going on, how things are, trying to, like, I'm not saying that he has to manipulate them. No. It's just like so they understand.
Sure.
And perhaps like at least not have the same, because I think a lot of people react this way. I think it's a normal reaction, but when we are met with like huge injustice, like Gabi just realized like all of this has just been like thrown at her in such a short time, and she's just experienced so much trauma, whatever. You get into like a defensive state, and then the defensive states become aggression in a way that she starts to belittle her own people and starts to believe this whole devil shit and whatever. And then she kind of closes, people have a tendency, then they close their mind, and then they just like spiral out, and then they become very extremist in their lashing out, you know. And I think it's very normal, but I think it's very hard to come back from, you know, because then you suddenly become even more devoted, that you think like you are the right person, like you are in the right. And I think I don't know if it's just because she's too hot-headed to understand, perhaps, or if she's simply just not that sympathetic towards others. I don't know. But Falco definitely understands. As you said, he listened to Rainer and Eren's talk, and they come from both each side of the ocean. So he kind of understands, and perhaps. Yeah, so I'm not saying that they have to be manipulated, but perhaps just like understanding of the situation, so they don't become so hostile towards them, perhaps, or hopefully can work to get a better future.
That's what was just what I wanted to say was just that Zeke is in a unique position right now to at least maybe be able to get to them or talk to them, unless this surprise has just hit them so hard about Zeke that they only see him as a traitor, or at least Gabi only sees him as a fucking traitor, and then won't listen to anything he has to say.
Yeah.
Although I do believe that they will listen to him, because they are still kids. and he is sort of a, maybe not father figure, but at least, been in charge of all of these,
in a position of trust.
yeah, exactly. He was always been in a position of trust, so there might still be a bond, even if they think he betrayed them or something. But yeah, that was a lot, and we've been talking for a long time, and my brain is scrambled, and I'm both excited about what's to come, nervous, and sad about what happened, but all of the emotions,
All
of
of
them.
the emotions.
Yeah. So that's gonna do it for this reaction and review of Attack on Titan Season 4, Episode 8. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we'll see you as soon as possible. Bye.
Bye.